Again, we're doing the comparison thing. We're doing, I don't know. I think the point of why we do this and why we engage when it comes to this stuff is the fact that when there's people that are saying that it's a flop, and they of course are never gonna admit that it's not a flop, but it's just showing things that yeah, the numbers are there. Let's do some DCU news, huh? Clayface, we got a couple of things. So first off, we have, oh man, just Easter eggs when it comes to the set. Corruption in The Enemy of the People. March against the GCPD, Park Row, Gotham, this Saturday, 2 p.m. Join the Joker. And then we have a Zatanna Easter egg that was spotted on set, and that is because of where she used to perform regularly when it came to the books and everything. Club Vesuvius. So that was also spotted, nightclub, Vesuvius nightclub. So that was also spotted with a bunch of police cars. God knows what was actually happening on there. Now, does that indicate that maybe there will be somebody cast as Zatanna? We got, behold, something Penguin Man. So we got a Penguin Man, and that's at the Amusement Mile, which of course, that is from the DC Universe, the Amusement Mile. So yeah, he's like holding his, yep. So something tells me right there that he was running through the crowd or whatnot, because when he goes back, it looks like it's some kind of red carpet event, because you see like the ropes right there, and it looks like there's some red carpet. But something tells me when he was on that red carpet, his face started going. My God, if you watch Feet of Clay or any Clayface episode on Batman the Animated Series, Scott and I talk about this all the time on DC Fanimated. When we talk about Clayface, the freaking noises that the clay, when it moves, I wonder what kind of noises we're going to get when it comes to this movie. On to Man of Tomorrow, we got James Gunn. Jimmy Gunn's on Howard Stern. He called in. He wasn't actually on it, but he called in, so his voice is in there. And Howard Stern decided to ask, hey, well, so what's going on with Man of Tomorrow? Who's going to be the big baddie? So here's Jimmy Gunn's right here.
Who's going to be the next villain in the next Superman movie?
We released the fact that we're coming out with Man of Tomorrow. It's going to be out in 2 years in theaters in July 9th, 2027, which is relatively a short time between sequels because we knew immediately where we were going. And it is a story about Lex Luthor and Superman having to work together to a certain degree against a much, much bigger threat. And it's more complicated than that. It's as much a Lex movie as it is a Superman movie. I relate to the character of Lex Luthor, sadly.
I do relate to Lex Luthor in the sense that I would be so jealous if there was, in reality, a Superman. He's God.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants.
That's the center of Lex for me. 3 years ago, before Superman came along, he was considered the greatest guy in the world, even with other metahumans and superheroes in the world. And then in one fell swoop, this guy comes in wearing a silly costume with dimples and a charming smile and a great chin, and he's forgotten.
You are so fucking right. Lex does represent all of us. Imagine some dickwad is getting everywhere. He's getting all the girls. He can fly. And I'd be like, why the fuck does he have that and I don't? I couldn't be happy for him.
Amelia Alcock might be the best bit of casting I've done in my entire life. I think she's absolutely stunning in the movie. We have a date. Again, this is what makes me giddy as a DC fan. Makes me giddy is the fact that we're getting a Superman movie and a Batman movie in 2027, and then they're both going to start shooting in April. They're both going to be shooting in April because James Gunn said that he will start shooting in April, so they're doing all the pre-production stuff. SambaTV! 527,000 US households watched Superman on PVOD over the first 3 days. Well, after 6 days, almost 700,000 views in a household, and that is compared to Deadpool and Wolverine that had 597,000 views in 6 days. Again, we're doing the comparison thing. We're doing, I don't know. I think the point of why we do this and why we engage when it comes to this stuff is the fact that when there's people that are saying that it's a flop, and they of course are never gonna admit that it's not a flop, but it's just showing things that yeah, the numbers are there.